Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. And we are having coffee. Mine's somewhere in the other room. As I was getting ready to do this reading, something came through. It actually came through last night. And I thought, okay, this is a good time. I taught my community ed class last night, which is always quite enjoyable. It was truly, as we started in, some pretty weird ass energy that was running through just the whole thing. Things weren't working. It was, things didn't happen the way they normally do for the class. But anyway, we chose to move forward and just break through that energy, which is what we did. But what I realized, I don't think I've ever voiced here. So the reading is going to be a little bit different today. I say every time, Nurse Savage on your side. For those of you who don't know, I have been an RN for going on 31 years. And it was a perfect career for me until the boxes got just a little too small, obviously because I needed to be doing what I'm doing now, which is helping people heal in a different way. But it's healing themselves from a place of power, whether it is from their soul, from their physical, from their relational. It is removing for them or helping them remove what no longer serves them. My path in this life is really to empower people into their own power. Good morning, everyone. Giselle, Jules, who else is here? I'm sorry, I haven't said anything. Mindy and Carmen, thanks so much for joining me. So it is, I said last night, I said, my goal isn't to have people follow me, except on Facebook and my YouTube, so please do that. But it is to empower people into their own power, to continue doing the healing work that needs to be done on we humans. Everything that goes in that we want to release or get rid of or is standing in our way is, or is painful and causing us angst, it didn't all go in at once. And so let's say you come to me for energy work and we work on a specific thing. Let's say it's shame. And we pull this big volume of shame and you certainly feel lighter when you leave. Everything starts working a little different because you're different. And then, I don't know, how long, whatever, something happens and that shame energy comes up again and you go, thought I got rid of that. It all goes in layers. It's not all going to come out at the same time. That's why you having the tools and knowledge and experiences with me to move forward is the important thing for me to do in this life, to empower people into the truth of their own power, the power of your intention. So I do good morning, Cindy. I do a process in the class pretty much every time. I will have one of the participants in the class come up and I will have the rest of them just think really mean thoughts about that person. Last night, it was particularly hard to get those people to do that, which is nice. But I kept saying, come on, just play with me here. Mean things they don't necessarily believe, but just with that energy. You're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, I hate you, whatever. And then, because we had muscle tested her at the beginning, and then they sent those very mean thoughts, and I tested her, and her arm just went down immediately because it made her weak. And then I said, now you guys, send her all the love, beautiful thoughts. You're wonderful, you're beautiful, I think you're so smart, la, 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 la. And I muscle tested her again, and her strength was back. And so it showed them the power of your intention. Your energy leaving you can be directed by you. It can also be directed as to be released from you. But here's the thing is, this is not a one and done tool, nor is it quick and get it done and I'm finished with this. It's like, these are tools to help you move forward, to continue to release, because many of you have had horrific trauma throughout your life. Some of you have had lesser trauma throughout your life, but it's trauma nonetheless. And there are belief systems formed by that and all of that. So this online class that I've been putting out about explains your relationship with the energy in your body, first class, which is what the community ed class has been. I'm offering that on March 7th, kind of the fundamentals. And then on March 8th, I'm bringing in the tools to help you just manage your energy, understand a little bit more about maybe your abilities in the world from things that are true for you, and really give you the tools to move forward to keep yourself through the energy management and tools of releasing in a space of more peace, more ease, more joy, all of that. And so really that is the truth of how I help heal people now. Some of it is very physical because nothing started in the physical. This is the last place all of the other stuff shows up. And so unfortunately, that's when we become aware of the energetic aspect in the physical aspect. So 2 cards, I decided to pull 2 cards today. Like I said, I really wanted to enlighten you, to explain to you what it is I'm doing here, what my path is, what my mission is, what my dharma is. And because it has always been throughout my life for me to help people understand the beauty that I see in them that they don't see. You know, it's like, what is true for you in my eyes, and help enlighten that. And that's really, this is the same thing. It is just a very different, far more powerful aspect to do it from. So any of you who would watch a video like this, and like I said, say really to every class I do, is anybody that would do a class like this is a light worker in some way, shape, or form. It is someone who wants to bring a higher consciousness, even though you don't know that consciously, maybe, a higher vibration, more love, more kindness into the world. You sharing the energy of that choice opens your doors a little bit to more light coming from you. That is truly what the world needs right now. So my job is to open up light workers to the truth of who they are. Some of you are meant to do something very similar to what I do, just in that you're meant to be seen in the world, you're meant to show up in the world, and to go out and help other people be seen and show up and release what's not serving them. You're going to do it in a different way. This would be a good place if you've ever wondered, you know, am I psychic? Am I an empath? Am I a clairvoyant? What are the gifts that I do have, the abilities I do have? And, you know, it is all within us to open more. I know Jean told me she was a hairdresser, and oh my God, Jean, what a place to quote unquote minister to people. What a place to bring people into a different awareness. I have another beautiful young friend, kind of like a daughter, sister to me, who is also a hairdresser. And this woman just stepped into her power so innocently. Before my first retreat, because she had worked with me a couple times, she came to my first retreat. And the blossoming that happened in that retreat is just incredible. And to watch that, and then she came to the last retreat I did in Idaho, which was November of 2019, and I did another one in 2020 in Kentucky. But anyway, she came to the one and I, you know, I visit with her a little bit here and there, but we didn't get to see each other much. To see her blossom and do what she was doing then, again, was just such a gift. And I know many of you out there have these kinds of gifts, these things waiting to be released, sometimes to be pulled from you. And so if there's any inkling at all, any interest at all, I have made these classes very, very affordable, and they're available by Zoom, and then you will have that recording and will be able to access it at any time for future growth. Francesca, I did get your registration, and would you check your email, the technology part of me, I set up a thank you email in MailChimp for when people signed up. It's called an automation. Would you let me know, Francesca, if you got that, or Johanna, if you watch this, or Mickey, or I'm sorry, I can't remember the others that have already registered, but consider that. This really isn't a commercial for that, but it kind of is, I guess. This is what I do. This is a first step for you to step into opening up to the truth of who you really are. And it is amazing when you begin to live more in your authenticity. Someone came to me last night and went, what if the people around you don't believe this? You know, my husband doesn't really believe this. And I told her the thing is this is all about you. This is your energy. This is your path. He doesn't have to. I get that. Because it can, you know, and I told her, truly, maybe you need to start doing this bit of practice in peace, by yourself, in secret for a bit, because here's the other truth. You know, she's afraid to tell her husband because of whatever his reaction might be. And I was the same way, because many of us in past lives, we who are light workers, way showers, healers, have not done it just in this life, or aren't opening up to it just in this life. We've done it before, and it cost us before. And so that is the truth is. And so let's say you don't believe in past lives. That's my belief. Ancestrally, we've had healers in our bloodline. And again, it costs them. So we automatically have this fear of being seen. And for me, my poor husband is the most accepting, loving person. And yet I kept it from him for a while, because the truth was the insecurity and the fear was in me. But sometimes you do need to hold things close to your vest for a bit as you explore your own power. Start trusting yourself more, what you're getting that's coming through from your higher power, from your guides, your angels. And then there's a time when you realize that it is safe, regardless of anyone else's reaction, to step out into the truth of the fullness of the path you came to live. So that's what these classes are as a beginning. And I would love to see all of you participate in this, because you're going to glean at least one thing, if not many, but then you'll have the classes to go back to listen to again. They're not terribly long. They're a couple hours. And then you may want to mark spots. It's like, I don't really fully understand that. I want to listen to that again. So that is just a step forward. And that is the truth of who I am. So the cards that came up after all that was death. The goddess Kali. This is the mythical goddess tarot. Death. And we all go, ugh. But death is just a prep for the next step. There are always deaths in our lives to prepare us to move into the forward. What is there? Death precedes life. The second card that came up was birth. So know that. You stepping into the truth of who you are, stepping forward, really starting to explore different aspects of the truth of you, there are things that are going to fall away. And that doesn't mean die. I mean, it could mean that. But likely it is death to old ways of being, old belief systems, old situations, old friends, lovers, jobs, places to live. It just is open, willing, and ready. If I can give you nothing else, open, willing, and ready to really flow into the truth of who you are and start living easier, more peaceful. What my friend in Hawaii, Johnny, and I love this. I mean to incorporate it, but I can't say I always do. When he's leaving, he always bids you, he said, go easy. And that's what I bid you, is go easy. And this is going to help stepping into the authenticity of who you really are, beginning to explore and trust what you can receive from the Creator. That is what my path is to help people understand truly who they are. So we are complete for this lovely day. Thank you so much for joining me. Consider the class. I will put the link in the comments, and I will be back. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I haven't mentioned anyone. I needed to really just focus on what was coming through. Thank you.